Hey everybody, what's up? This is Nancy. I am going to do a little video on contouring for you today. Just so you know, I already have my foundation on my face. I kind of just made it smooth. I already did my eyes, all of that stuff, because I just wanted to do a quick contouring video. But along with contouring, you have to be able to highlight too, just to make your face a little bit brighter in the areas that you want to bring attention to, and then to kind of find those shadows and make your face a little more angled. So like I said, as of now, I just have on my foundation. I've got my eyes done, my eyebrows, I have to draw those on all the time. And we're going to go through and I'm going to show you how to contour, but I'm going to show you how to contour for like an everyday look as opposed to like supermodel runway look. So the products that I'm going to be using today are all Senegence products, and we are going to be using Shadowsense. So what I'm first going to start with is I want to get rid of, I covered a little bit of my under eye just by using my foundation, but I am going to get rid of like the shadow and the darkness that I have under here. You can kind of see I'm a little veiny under my eyes. So I'm going to use eyeshadow, our Shadowsense, which I know, crazy, right? Eyeshadow. This is called Candlelight. I don't know how well you can see this on here. There we go, the title of it. This is Candlelight, and it is one of our Shadowsense products. These are all cream to powder eyeshadows, so you put them on and they're really creamy, but then when you blend them in, they wear very, very nicely like a powder. However, they are waterproof and crease-proof and smudge-proof, so you're thinking like, hey, eyeshadow underneath your eyes, it's silly, but it works perfectly. They're wonderful, they don't move, they don't budge, they don't smudge anything. Actually, my eyes are all Shadowsense as well, including my eyeliner, top and bottom. Everything that I have on is Shadowsense today. So it's a fantastic product. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of my Candlelight, and I'm going to do it in a little bit of a V right under here, underneath my eye, and I kind of dab in this whole area. You don't need very much. I don't know if you can tell, but I did a really thin layer underneath my eye. You guys, this stuff sets in like 30 to 60 seconds, so what you want to do is blend it in. I am using an angled brush today. I really like the workability of these brushes. They have a little bit of give, and it's more of a natural feeling for your arm in your hand to be able to hold these. It looks like I just did this whole huge section, right? I know it does. However, if you look at it, it really brightened up this half of my face compared to this half of my face. The whole reason that you do this entire section right here is you want to bring everything up. So when you do your concealer, if you just conceal the dark spot under your eye, you're actually bringing attention to it. So we're color correcting my dark spots. You can actually see the difference from here to here, and then we're also going to kind of blend this part out. So I'm going to go ahead and do the other eye as well. Really thin layers. A lot of these things you'll see, actually I'm going to do just a couple like dabs here and there. But with the Candlelight, since I'm doing such a large section of my face, I'm using a little bit more. But again, it's just a thin layer. Not really bringing it lower than my nose. Okay, a couple other areas that I want to highlight is the bridge of my nose. So right in this section right here, you'll see I'm just doing a couple of dabs, and I'm just going to run my angled brush straight down my nose. Now what this is going to do is it's going to elongate your nose and make it look like it's perfectly straight and perfectly perfect, the way that everybody wants their nose to be. You bring it up into your forehead a little bit, which is part of what elongates it, and you bring it straight down. So you can see as I'm working on my highlighting, you can see it kind of coming together. Nothing too crazy. The Candlelight or the Shadowsense really makes it very like a subtle. It's not like some of those videos you've seen where you start to look crazy. Now once we get into contouring, you'll notice a little bit of like Instagram crazy looking. I'm also going to highlight just my little cupid's bow right here. Okay? And I am doing this in my phone, so it's kind of weird. But I'm just going to blend this right here. And what this is going to do is this is going to bring attention to my cupid's bow on my lip right there. So I'm just blending that out too. Put it on, blend it in. Again, it works for like 30 to 60 seconds. You can kind of keep moving it, but once you get it set in place, it's not going to move again. Okay, so I did all of that with Candlelight. Concealer, highlight nose, highlight through here. So you'll notice that it also has highlighted my cheeks a little bit through there. The next thing that we're going to do is we are going to contour under our cheekbones right here to kind of give us a little bit more of a angular face and make our face look a little bit smoother. And the way that you're going to find your cheekbones, you're going to and push in that hollow of your cheek. So you find that hollow, and you can kind of feel it with your finger right underneath your bone. Then you want to put a couple dots of your Shadowsense right through here. Now the other trick to this is you don't want to bring your contour down through here or you're going to look crazy. You want to only bring your contour far enough to the outer line of your eye if you put your shadow up through here. So we really only want to contour from here to here. So for that, I'm going to use the medium size oval brush. I use the smaller one for my concealer. You could really use any type of like blush brush or other type of brush. The reason I really like these brushes is that the bristles are denser. And so with the dense brushes, they just go on the top of your skin a little bit smoother. So I like these guys for now, but I use lots of other different kinds of stuff. Okay, so find on my cheekbone right here. Just gonna do a couple dabs. And again, we don't want to bring it too far down our face. And then I'm just taking my brush, kind of working it down. Just kind of like a little bit of like circle motions and a little bit of draggy motions, but not like just dragging it down my face. But you can see, there we go. I've got a cheekbone. Isn't that exciting? Okay, so we're gonna do our other side as well. So let me find my other cheekbone. There it is. Now once you get used to doing this, you guys, you don't actually have to search for your cheekbone. It's really, really simple. But while you're still working on getting the right lines and the right angles, it's an easy trick for you to find it. Again, we're not bringing it too far. Just out enough so that we can see on the sides of our face that we have cheekbones now. Yay! Now a lot of people like full coverage face with their foundation, but once you have a full coverage face, you really need to add the lines back into your face. So that's the reason that people like to highlight and contour. I also like to do my nose. So my nose is not crazy enormous, but it is not as small and as long as I'd like it to be. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little dab at the top of my nose and a little dab right here. And I'm going to take that small angled brush, that same one that I used for my concealer, and I'm going to go up and down. And what we're going to do is we're going to create this dark line, and then I'm going to kind of pull it down the side of my nose just a smidge. And what that's going to do is that's going to create a shadow, which is going to give you the illusion that my nose is skinnier and longer. So between the highlight and the contouring on my nose, I'm going to have a little bit more of the supermodel nose, because I definitely don't have a supermodel nose. Don't know about you guys, but I sure don't. So pull it down right through here. Kind of give it a little bit of that shadow, which allows you to have this nice long nose. Now if you've got like a nose that's kind of pointy down through here, you can contour the end of it right here. And that will also make it look a little bit longer. All right, how we doing? Can you kind of see? A little bit of cheekbone, a little bit of nose action right through here. I also like to contour a little bit below my chin. And what that's going to do is just give me a little bit more pouty lip when I decide to put my lip color on. It just gives you a little bit more pop right through there. Super simple, nothing crazy. Okay? So again, I'm just doing an everyday kind of a contour look. This isn't what you would do if you were going out and say you really wanted to like step up your game and look like extremely sharp and have these really popped features. This is going to be more of a natural contour look where you look finished, you look put together, you have more of a cheekbone, but you also don't look overdone or cakey or like you've got too much makeup on. The next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to use our Shadowsense again. This is, you know what, I think I forgot to tell you what color I use for contouring. I use Mocha Java, minor detail. And Mocha Java is going to be a medium brown. A lot of people like to use it for their eyebrows as well to fill it in, or for all of this. I also have Mocha Java in my eyeshadow today as well. So super versatile product, you guys. You can use this for anything. For blush, where on our cheeks, I'm going to do Mulberry. Mulberry is another Shadowsense, and I'm going to use that. I'm going to use a little bit bigger, but it's still a medium size angle brush for this. And how I'm going to do it is I'm just going to put a couple dots right above that kind of contour line. And then I'm going to kind of rub it in. Do a little bit of like brushing down motions. I don't want it to be like all over my whole cheek, but just enough that I've got a little bit of pinky color to my face, and it kind of completes my cheek look as opposed to just leaving it with just the contour. Now you could leave it with just the Mocha Java and your highlight on there and it would still be really pretty, but I like a little bit more color to my cheeks, and so I love to use this Mulberry. I also use this Mulberry all the time for shadow. A lot of the looks that go along specifically for like weddings and bridesmaids or natural everyday looks are this really soft pink color. So I've got Mulberry on my cheeks, I have Mocha Java in my contour, Mocha Java down my nose, Candlelight down the front, and Candlelight to hide my concealer. So if you like to have a little bit more highlight than that, the next product we're going to use is Sandstone Pearl Shimmer. And this one is a little bit of a shimmery, light, iridescent Shadowsense. And I'm just going to do like the teeniest, tiniest bit right on the very, very top of my blush where the Mulberry is. and I'm just gonna kind of dab that in, and this has more of a reflective property than the Candlelight that I put as a concealer. This is actually going to give me a little bit of pop of shimmer on the very, very top of my cheek, and so a lot of people tend to like that look. I love it. I love a little bit of shimmer. Just a little bit of shine, nothing too crazy. Lastly, for highlighting, this is one of my favorite products ever. Now, this is not Shadowsense, so I feel like as of now, I would totally leave my house like this, completed with contour, with highlight, good to go. However, I really like to have a little bit more of like a glow to me, so I'm gonna use our Pearlizer. You can even see how pretty this is in the bottle. This Pearlizer is amazing. It has a little bit of reflective quality in it. It is a part of our foundation line, which has our skincare in it, so as you're putting makeup on, you're putting good, healthy things into your skin, and it gives you this really nice glow. So I want to show you just like the tiniest bit on my finger, and I'm also going to add that to the top of my cheek, and I just like to dab it. I don't like to rub, and I don't like to push it. I just like to dab it in to kind of add. So what this does compared to the Sandstone Pearl Shimmer that I just put on, the Shadowsense Sandstone Pearl Shimmer, I just repeated that a lot, sorry, that's completely annoying. But it gives you an actual like shimmer, glitter little look on the top of your cheek. The Pearlizer is gonna be what is like reflective in terms of like if you've always wanted that dewy look, you can use the Pearlizer and get that beautiful dewy look throughout your whole face. You can mix this in with your foundation, you can mix this in with your Shadowsense, you can mix it with your blush, you can do whatever you want with this stuff. It is absolutely fantastic. I love it so much. I never leave the house without a little bit of it on. And the tiniest bit goes like such a long way. I don't even need that much, but I'm gonna put it right down the center of my nose. And I am going to, again, just kind of dab it in. You don't wanna rub it too much. You just kind of wanna let it be, kind of just press it almost into your skin. So if you don't have these crazy cool angle brushes, that's okay. Use your regular brushes, use a concealer brush, use your fingers. You don't have to have all the tools to make this perfect. I just happen to have a lot because I'm a makeup artist. So, Pearlizer. You guys see just that nice little glow to my skin. Fantastic, love it all. So the very last thing that I'm gonna do to complete my look is I am going to put on my lips. And today, because we're going into fall, I am going to use Sheer Berry. Sheer Berry is a beautiful color. It's got a little bit of berry tones to it. It is very warm. It's so pretty. It's soft. And then I'm going to top it with Rose Gloss. Rose Gloss is just a really light pink color over top. I'm sure that you've been told how to apply Lipsense. So here you go. Enjoy watching me do all 3 of my codes. Yay! You don't need to be after. I gotta go. And this is long right here. Every time I do videos. Come here, I get in the background. I'm pretty sure Lucy is singing and taking her entire job. You understand this, her job was entertaining them long enough for me to do this video so that she could go, but for 2 today. So, I'm gonna do a video. Look at this. Okay. And we're good to go. Sheer Berry on the lips, Mocha Java in the contour. We've got Candlelight for our under eyes and our concealer, as well as a little bit of a highlight, Sandstone Pearl Shimmer on the cheeks, Mulberry on the cheeks, and a little bit of Pearlizer to complete our look. If you have any questions, if you have any comments, please like my video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Feel free to like my group on Facebook. Lots of sales and fun games going on all the time. And let me know how I can help you with your look. Have a good day.